Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. This is a continuation of the Prestige class videos. We are in the Tome and Blood from 3rd edition, looking at Prestige classes for arcane spellcasters. The class we're going to talk about today is Candlecaster. It's a very interesting class. I've created one in the past, but if I went about creating one now, I'd probably have a lot more fun with it than I did then. So without further ado, we'll look at the requirements. We'll look at how many skill points you get, your hit dice, if you gain any new weapons and armor proficiency for gaining a level of the Prestige class. This Prestige class has 10 levels in it. Every level of this Prestige class will increase your spellcasting level. So 10 levels of this Prestige class would be equal to taking 10 levels of whatever your starting arcane class was. As far as spells per day, spell slots. So other than that, let's dive in. If there's anything I would change for a Pathfinder 1E game, I will let you all know. So the requirements. You have to have craft candle making 6 ranks. I'd probably lower that to 5 for Pathfinder. Feat, Great Fortitude. Spells, ability to cast spells of 3rd level or higher. Special, the candle caster must initially possess a supply of at least 100 tinder twigs. Since you're using those to light the candles, I can see why. But tinder twigs were initially really expensive in 3rd edition. I am curious to see how expensive they are in the core rulebook, though, for Pathfinder. So let's look that up real quick. They're the same cost as they are in 3rd edition, so you would have to have 100 gold invested in tinder twigs just to take your first level in this Prestige class. Your hit dice when you gain a level inside this Prestige class is a d4. You gain, your skills are that of a wizard, and you gain 2 plus your intelligence modifier in skill points per level. Candlecaster gains no additional proficiency in weapons or armor. Okay, so let's look at the table. Your base attack bonus is 0, and at 10th level it'll be a +5. And this stacks upon your existing class's base attack bonus. Your fortitude and your reflex saves are your worst saves. They'll start at a +0 at 1st level, and they'll progress to a +3 by 10th level. Your will save's your best save. It starts at a +2. By the time you're 10th level, it'll be a +7. So at 1st level, you'll gain Scribe Candle. At 2nd level, you'll get Extend Candle. At 3rd level, you'll get Unfettered Candle. At 4th level, you'll get Enlarge Candle. At 5th level, you'll get Dipped Candle. At 6th level, you will get Empowered Candle. At 7th level, you'll get Quick Light. At 8th level, you'll get Heightened Candle. At 9th level, you'll get Striped Candle. At 10th level, you'll get Maximized Candle. So without diving deep into it yet, it sounds like they're applying a lot of the meta magic feats into your candle making. And then the first one, Scribed Candle, sounds like you're making scrolls as candles instead of scrolls. So let's dive into that. The Candlecaster can store spells in candles. Each candle holds 1 spell. Effectively, the Candlecaster gains the Scribe Scroll feat using an alternative medium. All rules, XP costs, and expensives that apply to Scribe Scroll also apply to this ability. A candle normally illuminates a 5-foot radius and burns for 1 hour. But a scribed candle burns as noted below. A burning candle cannot be extinguished unless the candle caster wields it, although Dispel Magic still suppresses the effect, as it would for any other magical item. To have any chance of activating a stored spell, the candle caster must meet the usual requirements for successfully reading a scroll. The stored spell must be of a type she can cast and on her class list, and she must have the requisite ability score to cast the spell. To cast the spell correctly, for example, intelligence of 15 for a wizard casting a 5th level spell. If they fail, the spell is lost and must make a wisdom check DC 5 to avoid a mishap. Identify the candle. To activate a prepared candle, the candle caster must first identify it. This requires a spellcraft check DC of 15 plus spell level. If it is a candle they have scribed, this step is unnecessary. So if you give your players access to scribed candles, they need to make a spellcraft check to identify which one it is, what it can do. From there, you got light the candle. Lighting the candle is best done using a tinder twig. Doing so is a standard action, which is subject to disruption, just as casting a spell would be, so subject to attacks of opportunity and whatnot. A candle caster can light defensively, but by making a successful concentration check, DC 15. But if you fail the check, you don't light the candle. Alternatively, the candle caster can suffer the attack of opportunity, and if hit, attempt a concentration check DC plus points of damage taken to light the candle anyway. Candle effect. A successful lit candle automatically activates the stored spell at the beginning of the candle caster's action in the next round. So you light it this round, and next round it'll take effect. So when you light it the first round, when it takes effect the second round, you can take all your regular actions the second round. Extend candle. At second level, the candle caster can extend the duration of spells stored in a candle. Effectively, she gains the extend spell metamagic feat, but only when scribing candles. All the rules that apply to using an extend spell also apply to extended candles, and the scribe spell takes up a spell slot 1 level higher than the spell's actual level. So you're still meeting the feats prerequisites for for spell slots that you need to use the feats, but you apply them to the candle with no extra penalties. So say extend candle was what, 1 or 2? I would assume 2 spell slots, but I could be wrong. So you're looking at a 3rd level spell slot for a 1st level spell to be extended. Things like that. Unfettered candle. At 3rd level, the candle caster learns how to store spells and candles that can be triggered by people other than herself. So these are the ones you'd really want to give your players. Effectively, she gains the brew potion feat using the alternative medium. All the effects that apply to brew potion also apply to this. Like a potion, only spells of 3rd level and lower can be scribed in an unfettered candle. Any creature who successfully lights the unfettered candle following the procedure described above is targeted by the candle's stored spell at the beginning of the creature's next turn in the round. Enlarge candle. At 4th level, the candle caster can double the range of a spell she stores in the candle. Effectively, she gains enlarged spell metamagic feat, but only when scribing candles. Dipped candle. At 5th level, the candle caster refines her candler's craft to the point where she can store 2 spells in the same candle. She must scribe each spell separately, paying the full XP and GB cost for both. In 3rd editions, to craft anything, it costs a portion of experience and gold. They went away from that they gave optional rules away from that in 3.5, and then Pathfinder doesn't use it, doesn't use XP for crafting at all. And must specify the order in which the spell will take effect. The first spell is triggered normally by successful lighting the scribed candle. When the duration of the first spell ends, the second power stored in the candle automatically triggers. If the first spell is suppressed by Dispel Magic or the candle caster ends the effect voluntarily, the second effect does not trigger but is not lost. The candle caster can trigger the second effect by relighting the candle. If the second spell requires a target, the candle caster can target the effect when it activated as if casting the spell normally, as long as they are within 30 feet of the lit candle. Otherwise, the candle is the default center of effect. The two spells may be differentiated by color. For example, the top half of the candle is yellow while the bottom is blue. Empower Candle. At 6th level, the candle caster can increase all verbal numeric effects of the spell she stores in the candle, effectively to gain the Empower spell meta magic feat, but only when scribing candles. All the rules apply that normally apply to Empower spell. Quick Light. At 7th level, the candle caster learns to activate her candles more quickly. The act of lighting the candle takes no less time, but the stored spell takes effect as soon as the candle is lit. So not on the next turn, but at the end of that turn when you've lit it. Heightened Candle. Upon reaching 8th level, the candle caster can increase the effective level of a spell stored in a candle. Effectively, she gains Heightened spell meta magic feat. Heightened Candle I'd probably switch out. I'd probably either give it to them automatically or I'd switch it out with a bonus feat. The reason is I don't see why they need to waste a slot for Heightened Candle. Striped Candle. At 9th level, the candle caster further refines her ability to store two spells in the same candle. She must still scribe each spell separately, paying full XP and GP costs for both. Successfully lighting the scribed candle triggers both stored spells simultaneously, and the candle caster chooses any target for both effects. The two spells may be differentiated by color. So say the left half is green and the right is red. Maximize Candle. At 10th level, the candle caster reaches the pinnacle of her craft, gaining the ability to maximize all variable numeric effects of the spell she stored in the candle. Effectively, she gains the maximum spell meta magic feat, but only when scribing candles. All the rules that apply to using maximize spell also apply to maximize candles. So, looking at this for my Pathfinder game, if I was to use this prestige class, I would take out Heightened Candle and I would replace that with either a bonus feat or another meta magic feat that I would want to apply to candles. Other than that, the class is okay. It's not like super great, but it's not bad. I'd definitely play it again, and I'd probably have a lot of fun with it, messing around with the candles, especially at the point you make the unfettered candles available to your fellow players. They could get up to 3rd level spells from you by lighting a candle. That is the candle caster. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. If you've seen one played, put them in the comments below. If you've played one, put it in the comments below. Until we all game again, guys.